This is it.
No, this got props.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't afford the jet option.
B-17's flying over. Sorry, guys.
Well, you gotta
Yeah, well, you should arrange that, Bobby.
Yeah, we could arrange it if you just gave us a phone call.
Look how long these nacelles are on this thing. It's a cool looking plane.
That's turbo props.
We have to put 57.5 on the board. Thank you.
57.5?
Boy, I hope you girls are gonna pay
57.5.
pay tax on that money. You're not gonna cheat the IRS here, are you?
What did I do here?
How many peanut butter sandwiches you got in there?
You asked me for 5. You have 5.
5?
That's true.
5 peanut butter sandwiches. I'm telling you. Look at this. They just keep like rabbits coming out of a Volkswagen.
Right on top of us. Oh, sorry.
When I retire, can I have meat like adults have?
It's you.
Do you remember that time in Massachusetts I caught you pinching my behind on video?
No.
I just happen to have a copy of that video here.
I don't pinch Chinese.
You're not a hiney pincher? Rudy's got the original, see that Cardinal? That Cardinal was actually in the air before my prototype, which became the Brodak kit and ARF. And there's the man, he built it faster than I did. He was building off of my plans or whatever, I don't remember. Rudy, is that the original one? The original one. Oh my God. You remember that stunt clinic we had where you...
Was that great or what?
I gotta look and see if I got copies of that stunt clinic.
Oh, that was great.
Oh.
Both of them sitting there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got a ton of them at home. And it's still...
I can't believe that. Yeah, well, Elliot's still got mine out in California. He's still flying every day. 99, 8 years old. 8 years. Okay, Bobby ran over on his timing basically because the motor didn't start right up. The beginning of round 2, Mike Cooper had a flight while Karen and I were having peanut butter. Had his second flight. Bob Lampione, round 2.
I'm in Flushing now. Call her at home. I think you have my home number, don't you? And she'll be able to let you know. All right, Maria, thank you. Oh, that's great.
Next up, Dave Eiskins. Dave Eiskins.
I'm up after this time.
All right, we missed some of your flight because the battery went dead finally. Dave Eiskins.
Traded in your Italian for Korean.
That's right.
I forgot he's been speaking Korean.
Were you there when Raul told us he speaks 6 languages?
Yeah.
He says, I speak Brazilian, I speak Portuguese, I speak this, that. I said, yeah, but none of them are English.
They're all close to each other, too, though.
Yeah, of course they are.
He speaks engine is what he speaks.
And in his house, no 2 people even speak the same foreign language. Somebody speaks something. Remember that? He was telling us. What a story.
I didn't hear how you called it.
He said the relatives speak like Korean or something. And then the other ones, they speak Italian, and then he speaks Brazilian, and nobody knows what language he's speaking half of the time. He doesn't even know.
I play basketball with these guys. They're all Kuwaitis.
What are they?
They don't even know what the hell they're talking.
They don't know what they are?
No.
Tell him you got to look on the AKC registry. We love Raul, man. Raul, a terrorist. He's famous worldwide. Terrorizing schoolyards all over Bergen County. He told us a story. I don't know if I got it on video or not. He's married to somebody that speaks another language, and when their family comes over, they don't speak his language. But then the third family, they come over, the daughter's married to a Korean who doesn't speak English. So they speak Korean, Brazilian, Japanese, every damn thing but English.
I don't think there's much communication.
No, they don't. They hate each other. They curse at each other. They don't even know what they're talking about. I said, how did you marry this woman if you don't speak the same language? How did that work out?
All they need is an Iraqi there.
They might have one. We could get a new name for Raul. Raul the Iraqi. He could join the Iraqi army. This guy, listen to this, it cost him over $2 grand to get his models back.
Looking for recruits there.
He went flying his plane in a schoolyard while the kids were in school. And the cops arrested him, took him away in handcuffs, confiscated all his models. So we call him Raul a terrorist. Here's Eiskins the terrorist.
I'm such a wonderful host that I let you fly in all the good air this morning.
Oh, but if you were a real man, you'd suck one in now.
That's right. This is
Put up that, yeah, give it that Orestes Gumagachi.
This is when it counts, baby.
That poor pilot, he looks like he's lost in Indiana. Hey, give me a GPS system, I'm in Indiana. How the hell did I get to Indiana?
In Boston, they call it a shag.
A shark.
But in New York, it's a shark.
A shark.
What is it in Jersey?
It's a shark.
Shark?
Like a turtle. First you have a cup of coffee and then you go hit a turtle.
Is that like sticking your finger in the electrical socket? A shark?
A shark. This actually will be Jose's first round flight because he was judging, so he gets, I don't know, they had a shoehorned him in. Maybe they're going to let him fly twice, I don't know. Side mounted engine. The shark. Runs no nitro fuel. FAI fuel. close, a little close. Have to play that back later. I guess I ran low on fuel here. Oh, with that, good save. Anyway, good save, Jose. Engines that run no nitro fuel or low nitro usually use a little fuel, but then it's critical to get the amount of fuel right for the pattern. I don't know if he takes any out or not, but I think these engines run less than a normal two-stroke because they're very restricted, low timing, long stroke, and a very restricted muffled exhaust, which is nice, but could be critical on fuel economy. Well, we'll see. Or just put some more fuel in it. The shark. Ah, nice landing. All right, Jose! You better take some fuel out. Joe DeMarco, round 2. I was trying to get a fog to roll in. That didn't work.
done yet?
Do we have 2 wings yet? Do we have 3 wings yet? We have chicken wings yet.
Points and everything. Don't harass him.
Me? Yeah, I did.
Mike, I'm impressed you got it together that quick. I thought it may take a week or so.
Nah, it was one day. Actually, by 11 o'clock that night, I had it ready for Monaco's, but 30-minute epoxy. It dries, but it's still tacky.
It's like fly paper, yeah. Yeah, you put it out in the sun for a day, it'll cure that right away. Put it in your car and park the car in the sun. That's all you gotta do. I think inside that Windstar, when it's in the sun, it's about 120 degrees or something.
Who's that?
Send that in to the local FBI. There's probably 3 guys on a wanted list.
Send it to Shireen Fan.
2 guys both wanted. Years ago, it was all us. All of us.
Joe DeMarco, round 2. Next up, Brian Manow, round 2.
That's the results of smoking or breathing too many thinners.
That's right. Too much lack of thinner and acetone. This is the guy the cows all love, Brian Manow. cows love him, we all love him. Brian Munow. Being launched by his arch rival, Mike Cooper. His nemesis.
If it burps in the over, I'll wipe it
If
off.
it burps in the wing over, just call the flight off, no problem. Don't be a baby. Brian Munow, the cowman. You can moo now or moo later.
What was that?
What the hell kind of maneuver was that? Man, he's really out to get you, Cooper. Holy, he's knuckling down. He's really upset about this. I don't want competition to spoil his friendship, you know.
Flying the second time. Why do I need them? Better off if I can't sleep. I gave him another one. Which one? This? Oh, yeah.
He actually doesn't have to run it that fast. He could slow it down.
Yeah, he could.
He's on a lean part of the run here. Yeah, this could go out a little bit. It's unnecessary today. We're not in survival mode yet.
One of them. What is that? Tie down. One of the more sophisticated tie down.
Hey, Cooper, why don't you call up Brian on his cell phone right now? See if he answers it. Rich, call Brian on his cell phone. Hey, Brian, how you doing? What's happening?
They called me on my cell phone while I was doing the square eight.
I can see it.
Well, you get no respect, John, I'm telling you.
I know.
All that child support you paid, what do you get? Who said the French Foreign Legion needs a few good men? They got the Tavio. Gunga de Tavio. Ah, cutting off Mike Chioda at the pass, huh? Boy, you get a lot of respect in this event, huh? Oh, these old bastards. These old guys, I don't trust them for a minute. Cutting Bob Gildini off at the pass. Can you imagine?
Cheat. I know. He's fouling up all the whole work.
Boy, just cause he joined the French Foreign Legion.
The back of my neck was getting
You're a redneck.
Yeah.
Well, if you had a shirt with a collar.
I had,
You know?
I raised it up.
If you weren't such a farmer.
It still burnt me. Okay.
All right, Mike Chioda, round 2. Promising an exciting flight.
I took the pogo stick out of the landing.
Mike's taking all the fun out of this. He actually got the engine started. Mike Chioda. Yeah, it's moving around.
At least it's not in the sun. It's kind of off to the side now.
Yeah, good old smoke. I did that.
The worst is when it's right in the sun, like for the whole maneuver. That by the end of the square 8, you can't even see the plane.
That's what was happening when it's flying. It's right dead center of your maneuver. But
Yeah.
your bottom drive, you see the plane, but you're not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't quite focus quick enough.
No.
Where the ground is. You're not totally blind, but you're not
No, you're not. No,
you're going to mess that bottom up every time. First time I see the Olympic flag, Bob Geraldini was flying it at the team trials in Milwaukee.
The wing came off.
The wing came off.
I have that on video. The wing came off.
We lost 7 airplanes that day.
Yep.
7 airplanes. The wind was that bad. That's the day they shafted Eddie Elastic. The wind. When that kid flew, the wind absolutely died. Absolutely died for just that flight. And when he landed, as soon as he landed, the wind came up a bit.
Wow.
Then they, 2 years later, they said, we pointed him down because we didn't want to send a kid to the world.
Wow.
You believe that?
It was a scam back then, too.
Oh, yeah. That's why he quit flying. His mother and father.
Really?
Oh, Steve Woolley, he was screaming at the kid. He was a CD. He witnessed it. When he seen the score, he went, hey, Steve Woolley went crazy. He went over there hollering and screaming at the judges. What's the matter with you guys?
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I remember even back then, even at Far Hill, when we flew, and there was such controversy over the judges.
Well,
And I'm talking about 1959.
Yeah, they were the Lions. They had no experience judges.
Yeah, that's right. They were the Lions. Oh, man. I heard this hollering and... I said,
Schaefer's over there pounding on the
I said,
table.
Gene, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Let's jump on the train and go home. You're going to go up to the Bronx. I'm going to go downtown. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was in 1958, 57.
57, 58. They didn't change all the way through. There was always controversy there.
Yeah. Far Hills?
Yeah.
Yes, they didn't know what they were looking at. I guess, I don't know.
It was like when we went down to Pomona. Henry Weeks turned around 90 miles an hour with a smoothie, doing a plan for firemen. They never seen an airplane fly before, and they were judging. So Weeks goes up 90 miles an hour, he stole the show.
I'll tell you one thing. When we flew at the Mirror Me,
Yeah.
and Red Reinhardt was flying, he was flying that wing,
Yeah.
black wing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was wiggling around all over the place, and they gave him all kinds of noise.
Oh, yeah. He was Red Rhino.
See, I can't believe it. Oh, that's great. And look, what the hell did he do?
What was that?
Yeah, they won. That's the truth. Well, this business has always been because you're relying on human nature.
The guy might not like the airplane. And as long as he may not like you.
Besides, he may be tired.
Yeah.
You know, he may be getting distracted.
Who the hell knows?
Guy gets distracted. Unless you see everything, it's difficult.
The wind's going this way again. In the sun.
Yeah.
You're up next, John?
Yep.
All right.
Gentlemen, can everybody throw one of these out?
What are they?
The Wild Hogs of Palisade Park. Joining the French Foreign Legion at least once a month. But the Mets ought to be playing by now. Nobody's got a radio out? I can't believe it. John DeTavio, Foreign Legionnaire.
Good old Johnny.
Johnny, this Foreign Legion thing's gotta go. Gunga Din.
Should have heard it.
He thinks he's Humphrey Bogart or something here. Humphrey DeTavio. You know what you gotta do, Rich, one time when he fuels up his plane ahead of time, we'll go over and take the fuel out. And then ask him if he fueled it up. I fueled it up, I fueled it up, I fueled it up. Johnny baby. You know, you're lucky at one thing, Rich, the Yankees aren't playing in Yankee Stadium today, or we would never get back over the bridge.
As is, they're doing construction.
I know, you got to use the lower level, I know.
They're doing construction also on the Harlem River Drive.
They could fill those potholes with $100 bills with the money they make on that bridge. You ever stop and figure out how much money that bridge makes every day?
Well, according to Port Authority, that's not enough.
Oh, no.
They want an increase.
Yeah.
You gonna give me a launch?
I sure am. I'm waiting here for you, chickie.
Mike, can you get him? Because I'm up next.
Mr. Jack Tony. I have two people from Jersey who are here to get into this hobby. He lives in Oh, okay.
Well, Mikey Cooper might be able to. Also, Mike, are you the president?
Why don't you talk to Wendy? Mike.
Mike is the
Oh, yeah, for the Garden State Circle run.
Mike, he's looking for a club to join and learn how to be an expert stuntman.
Where do you folks live? When do you... No, I'm not. It's not a question of concentrating. I think get my stuff out.
I think they live up in
Oh, beautiful.
up near
Oh, beautiful. Great.
I might not be good enough. Don't say it. Don't say it. Johnny wants to know why you don't walk ahead. Oh, it's harassment going on.
Johnny! There's enough fuels already.
Look at him. Johnny's out of fuel. You better go get another gallon.
I had enough. Let him worry about it.
The man can't take a joke. Okay, we're picking up Rich Jacobone's flight. We're really not going to be able to get the camera any further away than this, I don't think. Well, let's try this. And after this is going to be Rick Campbell and then myself. Now normally, right now, I would have to fly. And because the guy in second place and third place, well, so far, they left, Jose left out the triangles and Rick left something out, the vertical 8. I don't have to fly. I can wipe the plane off and go home.
Are you gonna fly?
Wendy, are you flying again?
There's no maneuver left to leave out.
Seriously, because he's got the floor.
Are you gonna leave?
All right, so by winning expert, now I have to wait around. They're going to, there are 4 more flights in advance, and then we're going to have the fly off for the Joe Ortiz Cup. So there's going to be a little bit, I get a little bit of a break here and go get another peanut butter sandwich or something.
I'd like to see him back it up.
Beekman's got the first official in the Walker fly-off, or is it the Joe Ortiz fly-off?
No, not me.
Woo!
It's the R fly-off.
Flying a Brodak Cardinal, one of my favorites.
Oh, I wonder why. It's my favorite too, Wendy, but my twin is the favorite.
I like your twin. If you had it here, I'd put a flight in on it.
Would you?
Sure.
All right, next time.
Bring it to park next week.
Next week, week after that.
I'll fly it.
The week after.
I don't care if one engine cuts out. I'm used to that. I got twin time.
It won't cut out if you're not going to fly a stunt pattern in the competition. They won't cut out. They only cut out when you go into the competition.
Oh, okay. I think it has something to do with the guy setting a needle. All right, you got the right plane, you got the right judges, you already gave them a bribe. This trophy is worth millions.
Is everybody happy? We had pizza.
Where's the pizza?
Pizza.
What kind of an Italian? What is this Italian?
This guy could eat.
How the hell did Italy win the war?
He ate it.
How the hell did Italy even win the war? They can't even make a pizza here. Now the way it works is the winners, and I don't know who won advance. Somebody won advance. You try to better your score, and whoever betters their score by more. Oh, look in the back. Dave Eiskins is flying the Shark. Flying Jose's Shark. And the way these things usually work is the lower classes have a lot better chance to tack on 20 points than the advanced and experts, where they're pretty much maxed out just to win the event. So always fun. It's just for fun anyway. And in honor of our good friend Joe Ortiz, of course. He was an icon. Anybody that's not aware of Neil Beekman's service, he was honored at Brodak for his volunteer service after 9/11. He's a retired New York City fireman. Was injured on the job. He is truly one of our heroes, one of the real heroes, not these movie star heroes. I believe a couple of years ago he was honored at Brodak with quite a nice award, special award.
Got tape on? Gabby. Don't talk to me. You got one more What? The percentage we know it's more than
I gotta go take off tape now from Bobby. We gotta clean the plane up a little bit. Otherwise, I would have been up all night. I was up most of the night anyhow. I was hyping, man.
Gio, when is it talk? Those movers on the side, they come out the back. It's impressive.
It's all vented. Those vents actually work, just like they do on a Ferrari. Yeah.
Neil Beekman, fly-off flight for the Joe Ortiz Cup. Now, I'm not sure. That was Neil Beekman's flight. I'm not sure which of the flyers is going to fly next. The advanced or the... Well, we'll just leave the camera running and then chop them out. going to try to get some footage with our increased elevated travel. We took a little... Well, the bad news is the Mets are losing 8-1 in the first inning or something. It's horrible. They're going to lose.
Pion, getting ready for the pilots meeting.
John, you say you want something quiet. No, they drafted me. Where is New Jersey?
Huh? He wasn't feeling well yesterday, so I can imagine he may not be feeling well today.
Somebody was judging and he decided not to show up.
Again?
Again, right?
That was last week.
Oh, this is a new story this week, right?
No, he says he's not feeling well.
He's not feeling well? That's a good excuse, though. That's good. I think this airplane's just in immaculate condition.
Especially after I flew it for a couple of days.
It flies like a big old horse, right, Jose?
Oh, it flies great. It turns on a dime. You can't ask for anything better.
What is it?
You got lines up?
Bobby Cruz, we're waiting on you. Tucker, Mikey Rogers, why don't you come over and join us here, Mikey Rogers? Mikey Rogers, come over and join us, Mike. We need you to sing for us.
This is Daddy, I'm about to take off. First flight. The landing. There we go, Dad.
All right, Jose! I'd put a little more in. He don't know shit about stuff.
Just holding it down.
Sleepy!
Sleepy!
Sleepy! Sleepy!
He's on it. He just gave him the signal.
Wrong spot. Sleepy!
Jimmy Borelli finally getting his flight in. Judging all day, doing his duty for the club. Gets his #1 flight in. Jimmy, watch that mistake flying back through the intersection on the last pullout.
You know, I thought I didn't see triangles. I wasn't sure. I says, wow. Maybe I can't see anything through this thing. Now you belong to the Jack of Boat Club.
You know what it is? It's bigger than a little plane. So I'm used to picking up 60-ounce little planes.
And the weight is concentrated.
Threw me off. Yeah.
This weight is spread out.
This plane looks awesome. Oh my God.
This what I got to fly the team trials with that. Huh? Well, I had to, you know, change a couple of things, but half of one more day, and I'm flying in the top 10 with that plane. All I needed was 3 more flights. Just give me 3 more. Totally different airplanes. That's an American airplane. It flies like the American planes. Fantastic corner. I mean, a killer corner. A killer corner, that thing. What's the time, Sleepy? What's the time? Got the matching shirt, baby. You're looking good, man.
And the hat. And they're losing their asses off, bro.
8-1.
They're getting spanked.
8-1, they're losing. And Philly's winning.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long ride home.
There's going to be a lot of road rage. That's what I predict.
Yeah, I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, the bad news is the Mets are losing 8-1 in the first inning or something. It's horrible. They're going to lose. And I think they're giving out the 50-50 of the trophies or something here. Okay, so this is all back in one piece, and we're ready to load up the car for tomorrow's session. It's funny how just that little thing like the trim tab, that was pretty much the better part of a whole day to get that squared away, but while we had it apart, we dressed that off. I'm hoping that in an ideal world, you can just slide a piece of paper right around there. It doesn't get where it's rubbing from vibration. We finalized, I hope, like we always hope, on these tank shims. And I don't know if these shims compress or what, that in time they start to move one way or another. Maybe on a Spitfire we're going to come up with something a little bit more permanent than what we have, where we're just putting pieces of balsa wood in there. But anyway, I always like to see it when it's all back in one piece. And even though we were working on this way into the dark wee hours of the night, I wanted to get this done because we are in this little window of opportunity of nice weather, which I hope is going to last just a little bit longer. In fact, every time I think it ends, we always seem to squeeze out 1 or 2 more days. And I wanted to thank Jose Modesto for sharing his footage, some of which his son shot, some of which Bob Lampione shot, so we can all have copies of the footage of, well, the life that we all seem to share through the world of control line stunt. Now we wake up to one beautiful, beautiful fall morning. Oh, here comes the train. Now today's goal is going to be to see if we got the wing totally level, and if we can get some dead air just to see if the wing is level. Boy, I love these new locomotives. Hey, I love these things. See them every morning on our way to the flying field. It looks like we're going to get some air. We hope we're going to get some air, but you never know. We didn't look out yesterday. We'll just see how today goes. Beautiful downtown Rutherford, early in the morning with the commuters running to work. And as you make the turn into the parking lot, the hogs are flying. The hogs never get sick of flying. It's amazing. I hope we're going to be able to get this wing level today. The river looks calm. Looks like we may have an extended day, but you never can tell this time of year. You just never can tell. I guess that's what makes it exciting. So after the first flight, I realized I've moved the flap just a little bit too much, but it's okay. Now I'll take the tab that used to be on the top of the wing, take about half of the travel out of it, put it on the bottom, just to get through the day, and then the next time I take it apart, go half of that amount. But it's amazing how sensitive that horn has to be. Almost a couple of thousandths changes the whole trim of the plane. And that's one of the things we need to upgrade for the Spitfire for sure. That'll just let me get through the day, or until the next day we get to pull this apart. Again, that's the downside of this, is I can't do it right at the field. It's really too labor intensive and a lot more realistic to just do it at the shop. But by having a small trim tab, I can at least determine for sure how much it's going to go. Now that's the same trim tab that was on the top, so obviously if I go half of that amount, probably be a good starting point. That same old trim technology of cutting it in half all the time. As soon as the sun moves up, we'll try to get some flights on the tripod, but right now we'd be shooting right into the sun, and this early in the morning, all you see is the sun and the reflection. If we can get this taken care of today, I'll be real happy. I'll at least know how much I gotta go. I know I can go too far with the adjustment I have. So halfway back, I should be in good shape. I'm always supposed to be in good shape. Okay, Johnny. Johnny's road-jetting it up. The road-jet crew here. Roadkill. Now this is pretty neat. The last couple mornings, these are the county, I guess jailbirds would be the right word. They bring them here to clean up the pool area, and the guys spend half of the day watching us fly, the convicts. It's pretty cool. I guess these aren't really axe murderers, they're just, who knows, pot smokers or something, who knows. Anyway, Rich is working on his pattern. We know we gotta go home in the next couple of days, retweak back half of the way. But every time we get a chance to do that, we're getting closer and closer and closer to what I hope is gonna be, you know, the ultimate trim for the airplane. And it's a good time to work on it. We're using up some of the really nice air of the year. Fall air. It's really nice. Oh, here's the guys here. Check this out. All right, you guys. No watching the guys fly model planes now. They love to watch the planes, though. They really do. Well, we're ending this session knowing that we got to do another flap tweak, and obviously that's the important thing, is learn something each session, get the ship a little more fine-tuned each session. And I am so glad we have this issue with the fuel dripping out of these vents while it's running. Got that solved. But we've used the end of this season to really do a lot of fine-tuning. And I hope these are all little things that you know, that are of some value to everybody that's watching the DVDs. Now, I really enjoy these. I got quite a collection. From time to time, we're going to try to break up the monotony of taking a plane apart and put them on. But anyway, this is the kind of thing, it's pretty much redundant of what I had to do yesterday, except now the trim tab's on the bottom. So we know we can go half of the amount, and hopefully that'll solve the problem. And if it doesn't, we'll keep going back and forth until old age sets in. But I really do enjoy those old World War II videos. Sometimes you find out something. In this case, looking at all these checklists and everything, you know, a lot of people think you're just getting a B-25 or an A-26 or something and turn the key and go. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, interesting. I hope you've enjoyed it too. And we're going to get back to putting this back together. Anyway, I got this from my friend Francis in Hawaii, who is now become a Brodak dealer. He's got a bunch of people in Hawaii flying ARFs and running Rojets and watching windy DVDs. I think he's got about 50 DVDs already. But anyway, and the only thing that's wrong with the t-shirt is it's an XL and I'm an L, but it doesn't matter. We appreciate the thought. And by the way, you know, if you guys take a vote, this is one of my favorite planes, the upright engine Thunderbird. And when I was a kid, there's a special memory to this. One of the guys had one when we were flying half A's, and he would never even, I don't think he had a set of lines or a handle. But he had it built just like the box is. And we go over and oogle it and oogle it and oogle it until we were blue in the face. And I just remember, I never ever got to see it fly as a kid. And now, because it's a Brodak kit, you do see them from time to time. It's still one of my favorite planes from the late Bob Palmer. And thanks for the shirt. Appreciate it. We will be wearing it. You think a little rain is going to keep us from the field today? Actually, it stopped raining. It's just drizzling now. And they're predicting this is going to let up very, very soon. And once it lets up, we're going out to wild hog heaven. Boy, just thinking about that, the B-26, the Marauder. Actually, they called the Invader the B-26 and the A-26. So there's a lot of confusion there, but one of the things that's neat, I just think there's an innocence that comes across in those training videos. I wanted to show one of the houses on this block. They really did a nice decorating job. The innocence that comes across. Look at all the people have their pumpkins out already. What a great time of year. And I think the rain is supposed to let up in about an hour or so, but the hogs, they called me at, there we go. The hogs called me at the breakfast table, and in the back of the phone call I hear, so I know they're flying. And we want to see if we've got this wing any closer to level. This is a real pain in the neck though. This system that I devised for the Testarossa, it's got to go. The Novanta system is a lot better, but I need something even better than that. It is very annoying having to take the plane apart every time you want to tweak a flap. Don't do that. Well, I appreciate that Rich called, because I really wasn't even going to go with the, it was raining by the house, but it looks real nice here. But that's how it is when you're a wild hog. These guys get out here early. They give me a heads up when it's a good fly-in day. Unbelievable. Well, we're gonna see if this wing is any better than it was yesterday. We had it too far to the left, too far to the right. You give all the monkeys in the world all the trim tabs, and eventually they'll get the wing level. Hey, oh, there's Bimbolini. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Is this a happy guy or what? Tell me he's not happy. No, it'll be fun to see if all the monkeys and all the trim tabs, we can make any progress here today. I'm not sure. But I really would like to, that is one of my primary Spitfire things, get a better system, that's for sure. And we'll see how this goes. No rain. Geese, but no rain. No rain this morning at all here? You had nothing. Even when Brian was here? No sun, that's for sure. We could shoot footage later. Okay, we're picking this up with Rich's flight. John and Rich and I are both looking at the flight. The round loops are not what we're looking at, but some of the things we've pointed out to him. The inside squares going up, the round and the horizontal eights to stretch him out. Let's see if he's made any progress. Now, if you're going to have your friends coach you, obviously they have to be like we are, very attentive. Let's see if he's made any progress. We got some nice air. Believe it or not, it stopped raining totally. There's not a drop of rain coming in. But that's the thing, when you leave the house, a lot of times when I leave the house and get here, it's beautiful here. It's very uncanny how that works. Still rising up, because Rich is going to look at these. See how that rises up? It rises up, and then it goes back. These are usually a lot better. Triangles, usually he's got pretty well wired. Now this is where it's got to get stretched out. This is the one that's killing him. They're like eggs standing on the ground. You see the height? If you see the height at the top and the width is 4 times as long. 4 times higher than long. Same thing with this. Fly it out. Better. Ooh, that's better. John was hollering at him earlier. Fly it out. Fly it out. You got to have a leg up top. Usually it would just be just a couple of feet. Now the outside is getting cut way too short. The inside's flying out a little better length, but up here outside, right away gets here, wants to dive it right down. Don't know why, but that's why we shoot the video and look at it. Now what we're working on, and we'll see if we've got it any closer, getting the wing level. It's level enough to fly the plane, but every time we change the tail weight, of course it changes, the nose weight it changes, the prop weight, the vertical CG constantly changing, and what we're really doing is constantly fine-tuning it. All right, so Rich looks like there's some definitely some of the errors that he's working on seem to be getting a little better. I think I'll move this barrel. every lap. Its static is right in this area, right here. So we'll figure out what happened. No, I was afraid you'd be able to pick it up. Like Texas. No way. Forget that. No, and I don't know if you can hear this. I can't wait to go look at this half of this flight. Halfway through the pattern, we started hearing what amounts to be a little bit of thunder. And every time I'd get about to where the camera is in this area, I'd get a nice little shock, a nice little shock, a nice little shock every time. And I had learned my lesson in Texas last year. So we're just going to take a coffee break now and relax a little bit, chill out, and it looks like the weather's moving out. So maybe a half hour from now, we'll get some more flights. See, here's the weather clearing, but you can see what's overhead. And as it's moving down that way, we're just going to wait a little while. I am anyway. I don't want to get too cute here. But actually, while I'm just reviewing what's going on, actually in the time I've had it in the air, it looks like the wing is a little bit better. But of course it changes. See, you put any change to the prop weight changes the vertical CG. You change the wheel pants, changes the vertical CG, change the tail weight. Anything you do to alter one changes the other. So we want to constantly be monitoring it. But again, when I came up with what I thought was going to be a good system, I never took into account how Mickey Mouse it was going to be to do the change, and a trick we will not fall for again. So we'll see if this weather's going to move out. In a way it looks good, but in a way, well, we're just going to have to wait it out. Now obviously there's no air, but even if we only get these flights, I've got something in the database. Well, we waited out the we hope we waited out the storm. I guess we're going to find out. They say if you get killed with lightning, though, you don't even feel it. You just explode like a firecracker. Determined to win the Nationals this year, Rich Jacobone is going to put up another flight. Nah, we waited a good half hour. It looks like that stuff's all moved out anyway. I hope. I want to get some more flights. Oh, no. It's over. Then you know it's over. You know, you just buy a motorcycle, a Harley or something. Stamp collection. In my case, I'll make the model railroad another 18 feet down into the other room, higher congestion. Forget about it.
Can't believe we're outside.
No, we're out there.
Right, Lindy? Can't believe it.
Yeah.
An extension.
Out the window, yeah.
Over by the fish pond.
There's guys that are flights. I've got something in the database. Well, we waited out the we hope we waited out the storm. I guess we're going to find out. They say if you get killed with lightning, though, you don't even feel it. You just explode like a firecracker. Determined to win the Nationals this year, Rich Jacobone is going to put up another flight. Nah, we waited a good half hour. It looks like that stuff's all moved out anyway. I hope. I want to get some more flights. Oh, no. It's over. Then you know it's over. You know, you just buy a motorcycle, a Harley or something. Stamp collection. In my case, I'll make the model railroad another 18 feet down into the other room, higher congestion. Forget about it.
Can't believe we're outside.
No, we're out there.
Right, Lindy? Can't believe it.
Yeah.
An extension.
Out the window, yeah.
Over by the fish pond.
There's guys that have put an extension on their house.
Just like that for that.
Arnie added that room where his trains are. Just to make the railroad bigger. All right, chick. If you feel anything in the handle, just fly level. I will still respect you in the morning. I I did anyway. I think the lightning here is less than Texas, but I don't want to put it to the test with my head. I'll put it with your head. You might want to wear insulated shoes too. We're gonna find out. All right, go. Challenging the lightning gods. Now actually, some of the earlier flights today, before we had that weather change, Rich was making some improvement, but the problem is he'd get it over straight. A lot better. Oh, a lot better. That's a nice one. No kink right here. Yeah, it's almost, and I have to tell myself every time when you hit it, a correction is worse than it being wrong. Oh, nice. Johnny must have really been giving him a whipping this morning before I got here. Yeah, nice. And the air, of course, well, you see the smoke blowing away. The air is really nice now. Later today, we'll set up the camera and get some tripod flights, but right now what I'm looking for is the corrections that we've already talked about. Biggest glaring one is the square, inside square. He's made some trim changes to the plane to try to make that better. Yeah, forget about flying inverted flight. We know you can fly inverted flight. The rounds all seem to be nice. Now the problem is, we're going to go right into the problem right here. But I'm not in the right position yet. I can't get the camera downwind because of the sun. As soon as we get rid of the sun, up, off. Same mistake. Now that one went right back to the way it was. Inside squares, these are not bad. Except for the engine not having any power. Right there it seems to die. I don't know if he needs a tank shim or what. I've never really looked at it because he was going to go back to flying the Stuka earlier in the year and he never went back. I guess he likes the Strega. Right now we're the Strega out, who knows. And he's got the Strega ARF. You can live with that. Here's the worst one. Now this is the one that's a killer, Rich. Fly it out. He probably can hear me now. Fly it out. Okay. See? Eggs. See, the plane never goes. Fly it out. Nope. That's worse than before. Fly it out! And the square is even worse. And those are the two things now that now the first square is going to rise up. Right here. Up, off to the back. Better. Oh, good. Okay. All right, better. Fly it out. Much better. Much better. Okay, good. When he sees this on video, And a lot of times it's only when you look at it on video, because what you think is, my friends, they just can't see that. But when you see it from outside the circle, it's a lot more convincing and compelling to make the change. Especially if you're doing your own, like coaching yourself. Anyway, I don't know if we're going to be able to set the tripod up because the sun is going in and out of the clouds. And I hate to waste the battery just taking pictures of the sun, but we'll see what we can get. But so far with the Testarossa, if you want to be how I'm analyzing it, I think I'm going to make another 30-second plywood tank shim. For under the tank, it's still a tad faster inverted. Up to a point, faster inverted is okay, but I think I'm going to try to get it right on the money now. It'll be interesting to see if I can. So a lot of times just clicking in more or less rudder offset can change that. It points the nose out on outsides. And sometimes you can just chase your tail forever for that last little bit. In fact, I've done it with 64th shims and made myself crazy, but I think we could still get it closer. And I think Rich is making some progress, and hopefully you're joining us in the great adventure here of stunt. Man, you had that second set? Nice. You opened it right up?
Oh, you mean the 8?
Beautiful.
Horizontal 8?
Beautiful. Man, if you did... right, we finally, hopefully have the air cleared up. There's no... We'll find out. Luckily, we always use Rich for the guinea pig. Right after a thunderstorm, we let Rich take a flight. Nice, huh, Rich?
You're a guy.
Anyway, looks like wing is still just, it's close enough. I'm not going to fool with it now. It's not going to take it apart again, but boy, have I learned about this. I've learned the hard way. That's never going to happen again. But anyway, tank shim I think could be a 32nd. So it's just a little more equal, but I'm not going to take it apart on purpose. Next time I have to take it apart for maintenance, normal maintenance, clean things, tighten things, that'll be on my list of to-dos. And we'll try to get Rich another coaching flight, another flight that, well, I'll leave it on this tape, and then I can just do the commentary from behind. All set? Roll. On Rich's flight, there isn't much excitement until it gets to that square, but that square, I don't want to see it flying up and then back. Square. Square. Now I know he's got some of the windy wiggle better. It's getting dark again. I don't know if we're losing the air again or what. It comes and goes. All right. Now because the sun is behind the clouds, at least temporarily, I can get the camera a little bit further back. So they don't drive into it. Now we've lost the sun altogether. Nope, still flying up, Rich, still flying up. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but still flying up. And I don't know how to even start to correct that. Now see, he sees 90-degree angles on this, fine. The 90-degree angles are fine. Where it goes bad, the part that goes bad for Rich is, well, on insides he sees something that I don't see. And maybe one of the things you can get off of the videos too, you can see just by mimicking what we're doing. Now let's see, here, we're gonna have to move this. Fly it out, fly it out. That's a little better. Fly it out now. Outside's not as good as the inside. Definitely improved over early this morning when John was coaching. Fly it out, fly it out. Come on, Rich. You know, when we were talking, Rich said one of the things that's distracting to him now is he's concentrating on his bottoms. But I wouldn't be worried on a bottom so much when the whole maneuver is distorted like that. What good is having nice bottoms? Good! Same. Pretty much the same, yeah. What's that? No, none. Nah, the motor just changes speed because of gravity. There's no throttle on the motor. It just runs out of gas at the end. 8 minutes, 7, 8 minutes. We're going to work on the overhead 8 at some future time, but I don't want to confuse the issue right now. Right now, I want to see that 8. That 8 makes me completely crazy. All right, so whatever correction, we're going to look at that, and when we look at that on a big TV screen, we can see that spread out on the 8s. Find where they are, take a brand new number 11 blade. See, you can see that. Not sure how much longer this day is going to go on because the air is moving around now and it looks like more clouds are coming in. Maybe this, yeah, this will be my last flight too. I'll take one more and that's it.
Well, I can hang out a little while longer.
is going down quick here. It's getting lousier by the movie and shiftier. Yeah. Well, hey, we got flights on a day we normally wouldn't get flights, so. Brian never showed up today?
No, Brian didn't come.
This morning, before I got here?
No.
Well, we got flights, listen.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Brian. I'm going to tell him, boy, what a day.
A day of flights is better than a day of no flights. Boy, that's for sure.
A day of flights is better than
Mission accomplished.
a day of work.
Now in the next couple of days, well, we have a couple of interesting things coming. Bill Rutherford and his wife coming up to visit us, and then they're going on a trip, I believe, to Nova Scotia. So we're going to be spending some time with them. That's coming up. And within the next couple of days, we're going to try to get out, and I want to try some different adjustments on the elevated trim. What I'm trying to do is get exactly equal slop up and down. Now I've changed the ratio, and when I did, I had just a little more down slop than up slop. I've made an adjustment to that right now. Obviously haven't gotten out to the field yet to test it, but I think we've closed in on several tuning issues in the last since we got back from the team trials. And the biggest one, of course, I'm so happy with is we'd have no fuel on a plane now at the end of a flight. We're really closing in on tank shim. I think we're within a 64th or a 32nd of an inch of having that just perfect. And there's going to be a point at which more and more elevated travel is not going to be desirable, and then we'll know we found a sweet spot and we can just back it down. Luckily on this, that's very easy to adjust. And a couple of the things we've learned on this is not to ever make that type of an adjuster. Get the adjustment down at the bottom or somewhere where you can do it without taking a wing out of the plane. Boy, is that going to be, that's a hard lesson to learn. But the nice thing about having take apart planes is we always have the option taking them apart, making these adjustments, replacing things. When you've got a plane that's all in one piece, boy, is it difficult to do this stuff. Or, in the worst of all worlds, you just live with it not being right. You never can get that razor edge. Picture sharpening a razor. You always have that it's almost right. It's not exactly right. And we got a lot of photos to share on the next tape. Really not enough time here. We're at the end of the tape. A lot of exciting stuff coming up. And I hope you enjoyed that World War II footage of the A-26. I love that stuff. And anybody's got any of those old things and they'd like to share them with us, be my guest, please. Love to have them. Okay, and we'll see you on the next tape. Spitfires are coming.